Hello and welcome to Flooring Models kit review time. Today we got Eduard's. This is the 132nd BF 108. A truly lovely little aircraft. Again, very much like its brethren of the 109. Okay, but again, the transport version, as we can see, nice little weekend edition here. So if you haven't seen the weekend edition before, as we know, Eduard tend to do three flavours. They sort of do the one they throw everything in, the big ones, which tend to be sort of their gold sort of series and all the rest of it. Okay, then you've got their Profi Pack ones, which tend to have colour photo etch, a few more decal options, things like that, and sometimes the odd little bit of resin in there, things like that. Okay, then you've got the weekend edition, which tends to be the bare bones one. So we don't get any photo etch in this one. We don't get anything sort of, you know, multiple markings, things like that. Usually just a couple marking options and the bare bones one. But like we said before, it's great because you're not spending money on stuff you're never going to use. Okay. Anyway, quick run round on the box. As you can see, a couple of nice little marking options down on there. We've got the bit on here. So your kit number for this one is 3404. Okay, and we've got it on the sides. We've got the markings down in here, as you can see it on this one, and you've got your colour call-outs down on there as always. So in the box, which I can't get in, Oh, we're in. Right, okay, oh wow. Okay, this is a new one on me. I've never seen these bags before. You can tell this, it's a bit like someone run out of bags, so they've been doing them in here. So in here we have the clear, oh my word, look how clear that is. Sorry, carried away, we'll deal with that in a minute. But yeah, oh wow, we're in, are these environmentally friendly or something? I've never seen them in bags like this before, so a little bit weird. Anyway, we get these out, like kitchen bags. Oh well. Oh, we have got a little bit of photo etch. Unusual, normally we don't, but we've got a prop. Nice. Okay, so down in here, as always, we will start in the instructions. Okay, so obviously there is a couple of different versions out here, so just make sure you're not using the areas, as we know, and you get it's a browsing prop and spinner, so that's very nice indeed. A little extra. Okay, so usual thing, working our way down in here, we've got the interior, which is a bit more like a car really than it is an aircraft, but there we go. Those all being fitted down there. We've got the side walls again making up that interior, and to be honest, it really is a very nice interior down in here. We've got decal for seat belts, but again, watch my Hellcat build and I'll show you how to make fantastic decals out of using foil with those. So that works really well. A nicely detailed engine, okay, as well. So we've got a fully detailed engine bay for this one. Control surfaces, obviously for the tailplane and rudder being fitted at the back. Got a little nick you need to take out of it just down in here, and the engine being fitted into the actual fuselage itself. Tailplanes being fitted on and the actual braces on the back, very 109-esque, okay. Instrument panel being fitted down in there like that. Pretty straightforward so far. Okay, the cockpit goes in underneath, which again, another nice way of doing it, goes up in there. We've got the ailerons being fitted, and then the wing system is fitted on. Control surfaces and flaps on they go. Wheels being fitted down into that one, and then obviously we've got the counterweights and the various small little latches and things like that for the actual movement on the ailerons being done. Wings, tiny little lights are being fitted onto the wingtips for the actual navigation lights. Pitot tube, not sure past what that is. Okay, and then we've got down in here coolers, various little details being fitted on, so we can see that gorgeous closed canopy being put on the top. So again, you do have an option on the canopy, and we'll have a look at that in a moment, but really nice indeed. And then the front end where you don't glue it apparently, so you can show off the engine, which is another little nice touch with this one. Okay, being fitted down into this one. Markings again, so we've got options on the markings down in here, so I do believe we'll get two options for markings. Very nice indeed. Again, cute little aircraft. Okay, so start off with, let's have a look at the decals. Now the reason we're going to look at the decals is because obviously I want to know if they're the new type or the old type. Not that Eduard would tell you, just saying. Okay, so in here, get them out. Okay, these are going to be the new type, I do believe. Okay, the only reason I say that, it's very difficult just at a glance to see them. The only thing I'm going on is down in here is the date, and obviously it's saying about made in the Czech Republic, and it's got their logo on it. So I'm just going to think that this is probably theirs. Okay, so again, it may be worth just having a quick play with something you've got extras of, or something else like that, just to see how they're going to go. But looking at them, they look, because of that sort of sheen on the top, it looks like there's a carrier film on the top, and that's what I'm getting at, okay, by this sort of texture. All right, but generally they all look very nice, and now we know how to use them, we should be okay. Might be interesting to actually pop this thing together just to see the decals in action. But yeah, so anyway, decals look very nice if you can get them to work. Okay. Now, this little guy here we want to have a look at whilst we've got the close cam on, because again, I wasn't expecting to get the actual Brazin spinner for it. And again, that's a beautiful job. Very, very nice. I do like their stuff, I must admit. It's a good, solid piece. Okay. And it won't take much to clean up because it's resin. So a couple of swipes takes it. Nice little zip bag as well. Whilst we're here, this absolutely looks gorgeous. How clear is this? That's a lot of framework on there. Again, the details, it appears, are on the inside. Not really, both. Clever, clever. They're actually on both sides. So this framing isn't stood high or proud or anything else. It's pretty flush and it's on the inside. So to be honest with you, mass set. You need a mass set in this one. But again, nice touches of that. It's a good, clean, it's very thin as well. Again, you get the thickness of that. That's not a lot in there. But again, nice that we've got both options. So obviously we've got one piece if you're going to be going closed, or you get your front, rear, and obviously the doors being opened as well with that fantastic swing door system that they have. Right, so into the bags. To be honest, it looks like they've used kitchen bags. I'm wondering if these are biodegradable. That's the only thing. Not sure if they are or not, but that may be the reason to it. Okay, so as we can see, it's a big old aircraft. It's got nice texture to it. Looks good. Looks clean and crisp. So as you can see, doesn't look too bad. It looks a little bit basic, I suppose, but actually it seems to have everything on it. I'm just thinking it may be a few more rivets, not too sure. Perhaps it may be even puttied on this one. So anyway, got tail plates, and again those fuselage halves. We got the doors, which look very, very thin. Either that or that's flash. No, it's not even flash. That's incredibly thin. Very, very nice. We do have an ejector pin in these, but let's face it, the wheel's going to cover that, so we're not worried. No detail in the inside, but beautifully polished mould. Very nice indeed. Okay, so it gives you an idea of the scale of this thing. It's going to be around about sort of 26, 27 centimetres. So again, that's very nice in our bag. Okay, let's have a look at the wings. Rustly bags, wow. I was going to say, it's not going to be a slouch, this kit. You can see by the scale of it. It's quite a large lump. The only thing is, it has got, if we look on here, you've got like a texture, and there is little bits of release agent. This feels actually a little bit oily, which is a little bit strange. But it has got release agent on this as well. So mine might have just been thrown out of the mould. Looks like there's a sink mark, tiny little sink mark running right the way down the back of that one, which I assume is because of this bar here. Again, once it's got paint on, not sure if you'll see it, but it's showing here quite clearly. So that's a little bit of a thing. But generally, nice, good recessed details. Very, very fine. Okay, there's your other wing. Okay, and then obviously in the bottom, we've got some riveting detail down here, but it has got this very Italiere-esque, I'd call it, texture. You probably see that. It's no way a polished mould. I don't think it's going to be a problem by the time you get everything on there, but it is almost like a sanding stick. A bit odd. Inside, beautiful. Look at the machine marks. Yeah, I know, sad. The engineer side of me comes out. But nothing really to see in there, and obviously there's not a lot going on up in here as well. So a little bit of a shame we've got those sink marks in there. I don't know how noticeable they're really going to be. Okay, once you've got paint on it and all the rest of it. But yeah, very nice. Okay, oh, well, we're attached to these bags. Okay, control surfaces. As you can see, got some nice control surfaces. And then if we zip round on here, we've got some nice recessed texture into this one for the fabric. So again, very nice indeed with those. And these other ones. Very nice. And on the blind side, as you can see, there's nothing really to see on the blind side. There is locating tabs to all of this, but you say these machine marks on these, look at that. Wow. Okay. Right, cockpit area. So down in here we got some of it. There's not much to it, but it wouldn't have a lot, I don't think, going in there. Anyone who's been inside a Cessna knows what I'm on about, so I should think it's the same thing. interesting with the wheels and the various parts down in here. Yeah, it's interesting stuff, but as you can see, a little bits down here. You have got a normal prop, which luckily we don't use. And say the instrument panel's very much crying out for something else, but it is there. Okay, and again, all the details down in here. The reason we're on this side is because obviously we've got the interior door card type areas with the trim wheels and the various things on there like that. But generally the rest of it is very, very nicely done. It's typical Eduard. It's nice, it's clean, it's crisp. There is the odd sink mark on it though, which, you know, like in here, not that you can see it, but you can see the sink marks. But I think it'd be all right. Okay, wheels and gear, and we've got the seats down here as well. So looking like a little bit like a car, as you can see, but on the close-up we've got sort of car seat type things. We've got the gear, we've got the exhausts, we've got parts of the engine there, which are actually very nicely detailed. I think you could probably do a lot with that. Different types of wheels depending on the ones you're doing, and that big bench seat. So yeah, very nice. And last up, we've got, again, the back of the bench seat, and we've got all these type of engine parts down in here as well, as you can see. So this is all the details for your engine. As you can see, very nice parts on that. And so the pots for the engine, some good detail in that. There you go. I think it looks very simple, so I think the kit itself should go together very, very nicely. The only thing is, and this is one of those things, you bought the weekend edition, might be better to go for the Profi pack because you're going to need, I think, something for that instrument panel. I'm not saying it can't be done because obviously we've got decals for it and things like that, but because you've got a lot of glass going on here, and you could have it displayed, of course, with the gorgeous doors open, you're going to see a lot of interior detail into that, so it's going to be worth spending a little bit of time doing the cockpit. As I said, recently just finished the Hellcat. You can't see anything in there anyway, so I won't worry about it. That I think you will do. So you might want to think about obviously doing something with the instrument panel and obviously the control systems, the belts, the harnesses, even the seats, just to bring them to life and give them a little bit more movement. But generally a very, very nice aircraft. So there we go. That's the Eduard 1/32 scale VF 108.